Windy and warm at Guaranteed Rate Field today as the Sox embark on a week of baseball once again after winning 7 of 8. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are in town playing their best baseball of this season. Yesterday, Minnesota and Cleveland played. The Twins got a win, dropping the Indians into a second-place tie with the Sox. So right now, the Sox would be a playoff team in the American League, top 2 in each division, make the postseason. Pirates have some climbing to do, but they've won 3 in a row as it stands today. Sox turn to their ace once again, Lucas Giolito, who tied a career high with 13 strikeouts last time out. He will face Steven Brault, and left-handers have really scuffled against the Sox here this season. We thank you for joining us once again. Jason Benetti, Steve Stone along with you. Our first look at the Pirates this year, but the Sox are playing some great baseball right now.
There's no doubt they have to take advantage of this stretch because 14 of the next 17, they're playing teams that are under 500. Only the Twins break that up. So if the Sox are going to get going, this should be the time. There's no doubt that Pittsburgh has struggled, but Jason told you lately they're playing better baseball, and hopefully the Sox can put it all together behind their ace.
That's offensive, Steve, as we set people up for the series. The White Sox offense since last Sunday, 56 runs scored, 28 homers, more than the Pirates have all year.
And Jose Abreu, the AL Player of the Week. I guess when you hit 7 home runs, drive in 15, and hit .533, you get honors. You want honors? He's got honors.
Oh, we want honors. And by the way, Pirates had a nice little weekend. Don't know if they'll have enough time to keep it going. 3 straight victories against the Brewers, and they're finally swinging it okay right now.
Lucas has got to shut down Gregory Polanco. 5 for 10 with a couple of home runs and 5 runs batted in against the Brewers. His previous 2 weeks, he had 3 hits and 43 at-bats. A couple of them home runs, 7 runs batted in. He had his shoulder work on last year. He's not playing in the field very much, but he can swing the bat from the left side. Look for straight changes. That's how Lucas is going to try to neutralize him.
Are they all set up now?
I believe they are.
Oh, yeah, we're set up. Baseball's coming. Lucas Giolito trying to repeat what he did last time out. A lot of smoke, a lot of changes. We'll see what he can do today. Next. The Majesty. It felt like the Sox hit 1,812 home runs since Sunday. It's just 28 of them. I mean, a huge number. You may not see a stretch like that for years from any Major League Baseball team, let alone your favorite team, the Chicago White Sox. Lucas Giolito, though, is in charge of missing barrels today after a 13 strikeout game last time out. We welcome you back in, Jason and Steve. I know you love Tchaikovsky, so what do you have on that?
Well, certainly it goes hand in hand with what happened during that week where there was bombs away consistently, cannon fire certainly, and our crew figured that that was a great time to use it because who knows when that's going to happen again. I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon, but these boys can hit. Maybe we'll see it again. The weather's getting warmer.
How about Lucas today? What are you looking for?
Well, Lucas came off just a wonderful performance last time. And, you know, we talked about Tchaikovsky, but this is Bolero in the background, as in they couldn't hit the Bolero. I mean, 13 strikeouts, 7 innings, just 3 hits. He was absolutely brilliant. Hopefully more of the same today. He's going to face a lot of left-handers, which means the changeup is going to come into play. Lucas is at the top of his game. He's got McCann behind the plate. And hopefully, on this first game of a 5-game homestand, Lucas can be able to get the job done, and the Sox are going to defeat a team in Pittsburgh that actually is starting to win.
Pitching and Steve Major coming up on White Sox baseball. Stick aroundo. We're halfway home, game number 30. Let's go get one next. When I tell you what the weather's like, but we have people for that. Our Four Seasons weather for the ball game is Oh, going yard is the forecast for the Sox. The Pittsburgh weather is quite pleasant. The Sox are going yard, according to our weather folk in the truck, and we appreciate that. It's Derek Shelton, who could use a home run or two. Pirates are 7-17. His first year as a manager after coming over from Minnesota, and we take a look at his lineup. Our Insure on the Spot starting lineup. Get your free auto insurance quote in just 2 minutes at insureonthespot.com. Gonzalez, the journeyman utility player at shortstop, then Frazier and Reynolds, Bell, Polanco, and Riddle, Tucker, Dyson, and Murphy.
Lucas Giolito on the hill tonight, coming off his best performance in quite some time. He's 2-2, his ERA in the high threes. 45 strikeouts in 34 2/3 innings. He's only given up 16 hits, and opponents hitting .220. So last time out for Roman, four-seam fastball, he used it a lot. The changeup also a lot. The slider, not so much. If he can depend on four-seam and changeup, he'll pretty much stay there. James McCann will call every pitch. He will not change location. He has complete confidence that James will work him the way he's supposed to. In fact, last time out, 9 straight changeups. He threw them all, and they were all pretty effective.
Yeah, he didn't use the changeup for much swing and miss early in the game, and he ended up with 21 total swings and misses. So Lucas is underway. First pitch is strike one, and off we go.
Take a look at our UI Health defense. This is how Ricky Renteria is going to put him out there today with Eloy, Luis, and Adam in the outfield. Yohan, Tim, Danny, and Jose in the infield. James McCann's got the plate. And the aforementioned Lucas Giolito with the strike one count on a hill.
First base side, Jose Abreu behind the bag for out number one. And this Pirates lineup, though they have won 3 in a row, is down a couple of guys. Kevin Newman, who's got an oblique issue. Their shortstop is out. And Colin Moran, who had provided quite a bit of power to 6 home runs after a collision with Avi Garcia, is out of the lineup. Both are available today but not playing currently.
Last year they put 28 guys on the disabled list. It was a terrible year as far as injuries were concerned. They were second in the major league in that department, and this year they're doing it again. They can't afford to have their quality players hurt.
So this is where you'd imagine the changeups would start, because the Pirates go left, switch, switch, left, left, switch, left. 2 through 8 in the lineup tonight.
You're going to see a lot of them. Lucas has complete control of it. The only problem you have early is that because you are psyched up sometimes in the first inning, you can't get command of that changeup.
Adam Frazier, very good defensive second baseman. In his 5th year with the Pirates, takes a high fastball. CB Buckner has the plate tonight. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Pitcher and catcher have to determine early exactly what the umpire's zone is going to be, and if he's getting the high strike, he's going to throw a lot of fastballs.
Another heater. 4 straight fastballs for Frazier. You see lefties and righties. Teams have been loading the lineup when they can with left-handers against Lucas Giolito. His neutralizer for that is the changeup, and here on 2-2. It's fouled away. Another fastball, 5 in a row.
Well, certainly James McCann knows that the scouting report on Lucas is he's going to try to wipe out the left-handers with the straight change. And as you can see, the fastball and changeup, as far as strikeouts are concerned, pretty even, but he throws so few sliders that when he does throw them, it's a surprise. And here's the first straight change of the night.
Frazier fouls it off. I mean, Pittsburgh can be ready for it by film, but if you've not seen it, it's a different story.
Well, it's a good time for another fastball, and because CB Buckner was calling everything up, it's a good time to throw one and test the top of the zone. That's going to be a change.
2-2 from Lucas. Oh, wave and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Giolito tonight.
This is his best changeup. You saw the dip on that one. That one looked like a waist-high fastball coming out of his hands. You see the spin. It turns away and down to Frazier, and he was no match for that one.
Pirates are a very aggressive offensive team. They swing early. They have a lot of guys above league average on first pitch swings. But on a high changeup like that, you're not going to see a whole lot of first pitch swings.
Lucas is one of the few guys that I've ever seen that actually throws a high changeup by design. He'll throw a high one, then he'll throw one that struck out Frazier. He'll throw one to test the bottom part of the zone. If you can master them both, well, you go to an all-star game like Lucas did last year.
With his battery mate James McCann. And on 0-1, this one hit in the air left center field. Luis Robert is there. And a nice 1-2-3 inning for Lucas Giolito. Sox will swing it against Brault next. Hot day at the ballpark tonight. It is the Sox and Pirates no score bottom one, and our Insure on the spot starting lineup for Ricky Renteria goes like this. Get your free auto insurance quote in just 2 minutes at insureonthespot.com. Ricky writes out this lineup. Tim Anderson will lead it off, then Eloy Jimenez to follow, Jose Abreu next, then Encarnacion Moncada drops the 5 spot, then Robert, McCann, Mendick, and Engel your starting 9.
There's a look at Steven Brault. His 5th start, his 6th game. He's going 12 innings. His control is not good. If the Sox are patient, Brault might give up his first run of the year in the first inning. For Roman, this is what he'll throw. Four-seamer 49%. He views himself as a fastball pitcher. However, he really struggles and fights his control on occasion.
As he is here, 2 balls, no strikes to Tim, who had a walk but no hits in his last game against the Cubs on Sunday. That broke a 7-game hit streak, and a great start again for TA halfway through this year. There's a strike, 2-1 on a fastball from Brault, the 28-year-old out of El Cajon, California, by way of tiny Regis University near Denver.
He has not given up a run in any of his starts. The runs came as a reliever. And I don't think he makes it out of the first inning without giving up a run here tonight. But we'll see how he fares. It's a very warm, a very humid night, and the ball is going to jump.
Outside ball 4. Sox have a leadoff walk.
For UI Health, we'll look at the defense and how Derek Shelton is going to put him out there for Pittsburgh. It's Reynolds, Dyson, and Tucker in the outfield. You remember Gerard Dyson. He's a burner. Then Riddle, Gonzalez, Frazier, and Bell in the infield. John Ryan Murphy, formerly of the Yankees, behind the plate. Steven Brault on the hill.
Eloy Jimenez making friends with CB Buckner tonight.
Got to make friends with the umpire. You don't want that close pitch going the other way. You know, he's got a haircut, and normally when he gets a haircut, he'll hit one out of the park. We'll see if that holds true tonight.
Well, he's already more aerodynamic with even fewer buttons buttoned on his jersey than normal. There's a strike to Eloy Jimenez.
That's what he's got to pay attention to, because that was off the outside corner. If the CB is going to throw it out there and call it out there, he's going to have to go get it.
Look at this. Lefty starters against the Sox this season. 7 games. The starters themselves are 0-6. The Sox don't lose when they face left-handed starters. And look, the slugging percentage against lefties for the Sox this year is .619, which would be the best slugging percentage against left-handed pitchers this decade in Major League Baseball.
A daunting task. Tim getting a decent lead, but he would like to force Brault into showing him his best move. This is going to be the first breaking ball of the sequence for Brault.
Eloy to right field on a line. Tucker makes the grab. Cole Tucker converted into an outfielder. A nice play for route number 1 as Jose Abreu comes up. And our State Farm great performance is the American League Player of the Week. Jose Abreu. Tim Anderson tweeted about him. A number of other Sox players did. 7 home runs in a week. It's his 5th career Player of the Week award.
A pretty amazing week he had. That's going to get you Player of the Week each and every week.
It better. I mean, if there's somebody better than that in a week, you tip your cap and you say, oh, whatever.
You would think they'd be staying away from Abreu because they're defending him that way. Steven Brault is away with ball number 1 to Jose Abreu, who's got
the second most hard-hit baseballs in Major League Baseball.
Gerard Dyson is a step or two into right center field. Now he's actually moving, not straight away, but he's more straight away than he was on the first pitch.
Two balls, no strikes from Brault to Abreu, and the question is, will the Sox, without their most patient hitter in the order, Yasmani Grandal getting the game off, will the Sox wait out Brault if he allows them to do so?
Well, look, the scouting report on Brault was that he doesn't throw a lot of strikes. He tries to force you to go out of the strike zone. Not a lot of patient hitters, but Tim drew a base on balls.
3 balls, no strikes on Abreu.
I would think that even with Edwin in the on-deck circle, Jose has the 3-0 green light. If he gets something to his liking, like a fastball away that has the zone, he'll swing at it.
That's off the plate, ball 4, everything away. And Brault's going to take his chances with Edwin Encarnacion with 2 on and 1 out in the first. Well, for Stephen Brault, there are high-pressure situations in a baseball game, but he's had a high-pressure situation of his own. He was the anthem singer before a Pirates game 2 years ago. He's a classically trained vocalist, and he did a stirring rendition of the anthem before one of the Pirates games a couple of years ago.
That's what he did in college. That's what he went to school for.
I know you were listening to his album on the way to the ballpark.
It was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, called A Pitch at Broadway. He does a number of musical theater classics, including Rent and Book of Mormon and Dear Evan Hansen.
And the irony is they have Lance Broadway in their front office.
The 0-1 pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's very good. He's a very good singer, Stephen Brault.
Well, he'd like to sing his way into the strike zone.
He's a little off key early on.
I'm thinking a breaking ball here. We'll see.
1-1 for Edwin. It's a fastball and a strike. 1-2.
Shaped off the inside corner. That was good location and a very good pitch. The infield about not halfway exactly, but they're looking for 2 on a ground ball. Frazier is pretty much up the middle.
Edwin skips out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a lengthy affair in the first inning again for an opposing pitcher against the Sox. Pirates have played a lot of odd shifts. They had a 4-man outfield during the last series against the Brewers at one point. Edwin thought about it and decided not to tilt at it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's Yoan Moncada in the 5 spot today. Eloy Jimenez up to 2. Robert after Moncada, and a big pitch here on 3-2 from Brault. Runners go. It's a foul ball for Encarnacion.
In a situation like that, if you're behind the plate catching, you know you got a speed burner at second base and Tim Anderson. You also know you got a trailer on the play, and that's Abreu. If in fact he throws a fastball by him, you can't go at third base. You have to try to get the trailer. That's the man you're looking to throw out to get the strike him out, throw him out double play.
Three and two again. Edwin hits it high in the air, first base side. Bell goes back on it, and Frazier decides to take it for out number 2. So 2 down. Encarnacion retired on a 3-2 pitch. And here is Moncada in a major early spot in this game.
Juan has had a couple of days off, a couple of days to rest those legs. Hopefully he's hitting with a solid base. When he's at his best, he hits the ball very hard.
Well, on Sunday, he had 5 at-bats. He saw at least 5 pitches in every at-bat. So we'll see how he works Brault here as he takes a first pitch changeup for a strike. TA at second, Jose at first. 20 pitches for Brault in the first inning. Yoan left-hand side, and Gonzalez makes the pick to retire the Sox. 2 stranded on a couple of walks. Were scoreless through 1 in the opener. All right, time now for a Geico Make It Easy profile. Tonight we focus on the starting pitching for the White Sox. Second best in ERA in the last 24 starts in Major League Baseball. Home runs per 9 is a huge number that contributes to the ERA, and the strikeouts have been increasing with Giolito's last start, etc. And we'll see what they can do against a Pirates team that, again, is a very aggressive offensive club. But since July 29th, the Sox have the second best starting pitching ERA to just the St. Louis Cardinals.
Starting pitching has been good, and the bullpen has been very good. So pitching to this point, and today is the halfway point, has been good across the board.
Josh Bell, one of the big power bats in the lineup, grounds out to Danny Mendick, and one gone quickly here in the second.
A lot of people speculated with Pittsburgh trading away a whole lot of their assets and really rebuilding that Josh Bell would be one of the guys that they looked to move. They were hoping he would get off to a good start. Last year, magnificent first half, 27 home runs. He was hitting everything in sight, really tailed off at the end, and has not started out very good this year, hitting just a little over 200.
And Polanco's another guy. You wonder, he's got a long-term contract. He's under contract for the Pirates, but it's not worked out as they expected. I mean, he was a super talent coming through the minors as he takes a strike there.
Well, reconstructive shoulder surgery last year really curtailed what he can do, and now picked a good year for the DH to come to the National League. Because now he can still get his at-bats. He can hit it a long way. He is a very powerful left-handed bat.
Fastball strike from Giolito, 0-2 on Polanco. Wave and a miss, strike 3.
Look, the scouting report on Lucas is if he gets a chance, he'll wipe you out with the straight change. Polanco, the entire at bat, was looking for that straight change. He not only didn't get it, but when he did see a fastball, it was up and out of the zone. So the good thing about that at bat, he never saw the straight change. The next time he won't be able to adjust to it because he hasn't seen it live. A quick dispatch of 3 pitches.
Lucas so far has thrown only 4 changeups out of the first 16 pitches. So here's JT Riddle, former Marlin out of Frankfort, Kentucky. There's the changeup, 1-1, and Lucas is getting it and firing it tonight.
Feels pretty good about himself. And by the way, I never minded a lineup that was stacked with lefties, because once you get your release point, the same guy basically comes up. I mean, you're looking fastball in, changeup away, and it's lefty after lefty after lefty. The lineups that give you problems for a right-hand pitcher are ones that it's a lefty, a righty, a couple of lefties, another righty. So you change your release point. Lucas tonight, this is not the most difficult lineup that he'll face. And a high fastball here might just put an end to this.
1-2 for Riddle, and it does. Strike 3. Third ticket punch tonight for Lucas Giolito. Luis Robert will first pitch. Hunt, he certainly will. He's up first when we come back. The big story presented by Kia. Big story today, of course. It's ground balls to short. No, it's home runs. The Sox hit a ton of them, 28 of them since last Sunday. Of course, that's #1 in Major League Baseball. The Cardinals have 17 all year long. The Pirates have 24. This has been symbol crash after symbol crash for the White Sox over the last 9 days.
I don't know if you saw the party before the game.
Where's that?
Luis Robert threw it because this isn't Hugh Darvish on the hill. Hugh Darvish was #1, very good all afternoon, and 2, really took advantage of a young hitter. He gave him literally nothing to hit. He threw slider after slider. They were all good ones.
Well, the first 3 at-bats were 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches.
Yeah, I mean, here it is. I'm going to throw it. It's going to be around the plate. It's going to look really good, and then it's going to disappear. He's going to have some of those games, and some of the real good control pitchers with big stuff like Darvish will take advantage of it. But that's going to even out pretty soon.
Well, I was going to say to you, I was looking out the window basically the entire pregame. We were talking up here. I was looking out the window. I was like, what party are you talking about? Did I miss it? His birthday was 2 weeks ago. Like, I didn't see any confetti or silly string, so I don't know. 1-2. It's in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. By the way, the home run ball, as we're talking about home runs, the home run ball from the last home game hit by Eloy Jimenez goes to season ticket holder Patrick O'Toole, who's been around for 28 years of season ticket holding from Chicago. So congratulations to Patrick O'Toole. As Luis will see a 6th pitch in this sequence.
Murphy wants a slider to try to end the at-bat. Brault wanted to throw a high fastball, so obviously the pitcher has the deciding vote. They went to the high fastball. If he makes a mistake with a slider, that's a pitch that Luis will hit. Calls the slider again. Let's see.
Fouled it away, third base side to the camera well.
Murphy wanted it almost in the dirt, and it was down and out of the zone. So the Twins are playing the Indians.
I swear to you, I was just looking at the box score, and I was going to say that.
No, that's absolutely, no, that's contrived. Who do you want to win?
Well, let's see. Ground ball to third. Riddle's on the charge. Got a hustle. Robert beat it out. He's safe. Infield single.
Well, there's the hit that he did not get against Darvish, and it was pure speed that allowed him to beat the play. Little chopper in the infield, and then Luis is off to the races. Good play by Riddle. He does a nice job of coming across, but to me, he's safe for first base. We'll look at it again. 1 extra step by Riddle, who could not right the ship, and he beat the play. He slips a little in the batter's box, gives you an idea just how fast he is, and just barely beats it right there at first base.
Sox have 2 of the 8 fastest guys in baseball, Adam Engel and Luis Robert, based on sprint speed, and it played right there as McCann comes up. I think Sox fans should want Cleveland to lose, because you're aiming for a guaranteed spot with second place. You can catch the Twins, certainly, and you're going to have ample chance to do that. But I think you want Cleveland to lose more than you want Minnesota to lose right now.
Look, Minnesota's a very good team, and odds are that they're going to get there. I agree with you. I want the Twins every time they play the Indians to beat them. And the Indians' offense isn't great. They got Bieber going to the mound, and Minnesota's still winning 2-1. I hope it holds.
Well, what I really want, and I think what Sox fans want, is every time the Twins and Indians play, for the Sox to win that night, because then you don't lose any ground on anybody, and you pick up 1 guaranteed. When those 2 are playing, you can't afford to lose a bunch.
If you're the first base coach, in this case it's Darryl Boston, you got to talk to the umpire at first base. You got to take a look at Brault and say, in this case to Eric Backus, he's got to step to first base. You watch him. He came really close to balking last time. So watch him closely. If he doesn't step, it's a balk.
Eric Backus, who just made his major league debut 18 days ago. Congratulations to him, umpiring over at first. By the way, it has really cooled off over the first 2 innings here. There's Eric. who was a futures game umpire in 2017. He was a crew chief for the International League Championship game in AAA last year. As there you see the wind kick it up.
It's become delightfully cool.
You've been described as such.
Summer resort weather.
Oh, James drops his bat as that ball comes inside, and James is going to go to first base. He's hit by the pitch. It did not catch the bat, so a 2-strike hit by pitch.
Tried to get the fastball in, got it way in, and I don't know if you want to take a look at that again, but that looks to me like it hit the handle of the bat. So we'll have to wait and see what Derek Shelton wants.
This is the toughest call to overturn in Major League Baseball, because if it catches any finger or hand, that's a hit by pitch.
Well, you got a former hitting coach that's now the manager of Pittsburgh, and I think he's going to ask them to take a look at it. Derek Shelton, who, I remember him a long time with the Cleveland Indians, Minnesota Twins. He was always a very good hitting coach. And getting his opportunity as a manager, they felt, and by they I'm talking about Ben Cherington and the Pirates, they felt that he would change the culture. They felt that they had to have a change of culture in a rebuild. And Cherington felt that Derek Shelton was the guy.
And obviously it takes a while to change the culture. I want to, as we watch this again, it looks like the glove of James McCann rumples as the ball comes in. So watch the gloved hand of James McCann and see if the ball gets the hand first. I think that's tough to overturn.
I think he's coming back to the plate.
You do?
Yeah. The rumple rule.
You learn something new every day, and sometimes it's true. Just watch, though. Watch and see if it might have caught the glove first. I mean, that glove does move downward.
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
I know you do. I'm just making a case, Counselor.
Hey, look, I mean,
the jury's in the box. I might as well.
You could very well be right. I mean, they're taking a long time.
All right, let's see. Is it a hit by pitch or not?
He's staying.
He's going to stay at first base.
They got him on the rumpled rule.
I mean, that's why you have it in the book.
No, but you were right when you talked about the fact that of all the calls that they have, that literally is the single toughest call to overrule.
And you wonder, I mean, I get why you would do it. In the video room, it's a big play in the game. But to use a challenge on that play that early, I think maybe a longer tenured manager doesn't do that. Possibly. That's not laying blame, but I think a lot of managers just instinctively don't want to challenge calls like that anymore because they never get them. Danny Mendick takes ball number 1. So the Sox have their 4th runner on base in 7 batters to start the ball game.
Here's where Danny has to be patient because he's got a left-hander on the mound really struggling with his control, and the last thing you want to do is help him out by swinging at something out of the strike zone.
Test 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-2-1. Test 3-2-1. Test 3-2-1, 3-2-1. Test 3-2-1.
Test 3-2-1.
All right, so we are back here now to Guaranteed Rate Field. If you lost us, which I think everybody did, the ballpark took a power surge, and so there was a flickering of the lights. The lights went out as Giolito strikes out Cole Tucker. The Sox picked up 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning while you were gone. So if a tree falls in the forest, the Sox still do make a sound. RBI single Eloy Jimenez, RBI single Tim Anderson, RBI ground out Adam Engel. 7 up, 7 down for Lucas Giolito, and the Sox rally spanned 7 batters in the second inning. So it was a power surge in the ballpark. Our truck took a hit downstairs. Our crew is okay. That's A number 1, and we are now ready for baseball once again. So thank you for sticking with us and following along on Twitter at Jason Benetti, at Steve Stone. And the Sox are up 3-0 after you went away.
Well, things went very well in that second inning. First of all, Steven Brault having some problems with his control. He hit McCann and then a walk to Mendick. That really set it up. Derek Shelton decided to play the infield in with the bases loaded, nobody out, which is never really a great thing in the second inning. But it cost him 3, and Lucas Giolito has been masterful.
That's in for a strike on Gerard Dyson, the former Kansas City Royal, who is the 7th active leader in stolen bases in Major League Baseball right now. And there's certainly a reason why he's on this roster, and it is in large part his speed, which is still very strong.
You don't really like to throw him fastballs middle away, and the reason is that his game is slapping the ball to left and left center field. Luis Roberts very shallow in center. He's going to come and try to get anything that he dumps that way, and here's a changeup.
It's on 3-1, and there it is, 3-2. You see, when a team has not looked in the eye of Lucas Giolito's changeup, it's a very difficult night.
Well, tonight Lucas established his fastball early, which really sets the stage for that great change.
High in the air, right-hand side. Abreu on the move, Engel coming in. Adam is there as Danny leaves, and 2 are out.
Time for your T-Mobile ticket to the game.
Well, here's how it happened. Adam Engel, an RBI ground out. Tim Anderson, an RBI single. Eloy, an RBI single. The 20 straight runs via the home run snapped in a power surge. I don't know if you want irony. We've got irony for you in White Sox baseball.
Well, we could always say that it didn't happen because nobody saw it, but it did, and 20 in a row is by the boards.
We were one step away from becoming Foley artists like President Reagan used to do. The recreations of the game in the radio studio. We were starting to gather percussion instruments, wood blocks, et cetera, from the 1812 Overture piece you saw in the pregame.
Well, I think this is going to surprise you, but I did do some broadcasting with President Reagan.
Did you really?
Yeah, he told me about those days of the recreations. It was really interesting.
Who have you not worked with?
Ulysses S. Grant.
I heard Grant had some play-by-play chops.
Yeah, well, you know, we had a shot at it, but, you know, Appomattox came up, and then...
You never know what you're going to get on White Sox baseball. Thank you for sticking with us, folks. We know you can't be in the ballpark. We know we are your lifeline, and our crew did a magnificent job getting us back up and running as the Sox lead this one 3-0.
One of the good things that happened was, although the lights flickered and the scoreboard lost some power for a moment, they played on.
Called strike 3, a fastball. Lucas has 5 punch-outs. Well, you didn't miss any Pirate base runners, that's for sure. 9 up, 9 down for Gio so far. Center cut fastball. Pete. To right field. Adam Engel is there! A no-hitter! The 19th in White Sox history!
Our spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, we figured since you missed a portion of the game, we owed you a second anthem, and that is actually today's starting pitcher for the Pirates, Steven Brault, with the anthem a couple of years ago at a Pirates game. We told you he's got a fantastic voice.
He did a good job. I mean, that was a great job.
The Sox certainly will take the 3 runs from the second inning. It was, everybody was saying, you know, the last week or so, anybody who was a little bit cynical said, well, what happens if the Sox stop hitting home runs, which didn't seem like it was going to happen, but you might as well plan for contingencies. Like, I don't know, if the power goes out in the middle of your telecast in a pandemic, as Encarnacion lines this ball to left center field, and Edwin has himself extra bases off the wall. It's a leadoff double.
He crushes this ball and it moves away from Dyson. When Dyson can't get to it in center field, it's hit awfully hard. The big surprise the first couple of innings was not that the Sox scored, was that they took 3 walks. That's something they usually do over a week period of time, but they were very patient. They knew the scouting report on Brault was that he doesn't throw a lot of strikes. He didn't help him out. They didn't help him out, and it turned into gold.
Here is Yoan Moncada. I got to say, you watch White Sox baseball quite frequently. We appreciate having you all here, and we appreciate you being huge fans. Our crew did such a magnificent job in a wild situation getting us back up and running as quickly as humanly possible. And once again, in the middle of a pandemic, we tell you that we have the absolute best television crew out there, bar none, and it showed once again tonight. In the middle of a crazy situation, we're back up with White Sox baseball as quickly as humanly possible. So to Mark Harper, Chris Withers, and Dave Turner, and everybody in that truck, marvelous work. Marvelous. Well, let's play some baseball. 2 balls, no strikes on Yoan.
Play some baseball and get some more runs. Well, so far, although they've started to stir in the Pirate bullpen, they have not started throwing yet. But you would think that someone is going to pretty soon, and the reason is pitch number 54 on the way, and there's nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Steve, how many times have we said that over this win streak for the Sox? And I know the streak got broken Sunday, but winning 7 of 8, it's been every day that the first couple innings have been a big slog.
Well, they've made sure that starting pitchers don't hang around long. However, Hugh Darvish was just magnificent, and that's as good as anybody can pitch against this lineup.
3-1 downstairs, ball 4. 2 on. Nobody out for the Sox in this 3rd inning. Let's open up the Sox vault. It's presented by Feldco, and it has to do with that anthem we just saw from Steven Brault, because June 19th, 1977, Lamar Johnson of the Sox sang the anthem before that doubleheader, and he went 3 for 3 with a couple of homers. The only hits and runs the Sox had in that game. 41 years to the day of Steven Brault. I mean, it's wild stuff, right?
Lamar could really hit. He was a big man.
So Brault sang it June 19th, 2018. 41 years to the day, Lamar Johnson sang the anthem for the Sox. And by the way, one last thank you. Victor Navarro and Mike Kessel, our 2 engineers, were instrumental in getting this all up and running. So thanks to them as well on our crew as the Sox try to rally once more so you can watch it this time. It's a ball and a strike on Luis Robert. In the air, right-hand side, toward the pole it goes, and this ball is just fouled from Luis Robert.
To me, like that wind was actually trying to push it back fair. That one was slicing, but straightened out. Wasn't fouled by much, but just enough.
Hey, your 2020 Chicago White Sox are presented by Guaranteed Rate, the league leader in mortgages. Here's the pitch. Visit rate.com today. Another foul ball from Robert.
But look, this is a testament as the bullpen starts to throw. Nick Tropiano, a testament to the White Sox team and the coaching staff, as well as Ricky Renteria. It's only natural, even after an off day, after an intense weekend against the Cubs, to have a letdown against the Pirates. It has nothing to do with the quality of the Pirates. It's just that that was a very emotional weekend. Those games were good games. They were tough. The last game was very frustrating for the Sox, but they've come out today and made life miserable for Brault early in this one. And this team is not letting up on anybody anytime soon.
No, this is a different breed of White Sox team that's starting to come through the pipeline. As that's outside, it's 3-2, and so Luis Robert has seen 12 pitches in 2 trips to the plate this evening. This wild and windy and electrical evening in Chicago. Two on, nobody out, 3-2, and Robert hits it out towards center field. Long run for Dyson, it drops in. Stop sign at third for Edwin. Throw back behind him at third is waiting for him. And so Edwin overran the bag, and he is out at third base. He's hot.
Well, I think he wants him to take a look at it because he believes that he went into a slide, but that Riddle didn't make the tag on. You know, the irony is he reads this really well, but he gets held up. With nobody out, you don't want to make it out at the plate with Encarnacion.
He says check and watch.
Yeah, watch it again. That's a good pick. He does a swim move. Looks like he's tagged right there, but he thinks the hand got to the bag before the tag. He reads this perfectly.
Edwin says check it. They're not going to. That looked like he was out, Stoney. So Robert gets himself a hit because Encarnacion ended up passing third, so that means the hit does count. Moncada to second base. The Sox have 2 on with 1 out. Luis Robert, who's got some of the biggest exit velocity in baseball, his max exit velocity this year is 8th in the majors. He had one that was just under 80 and one that was just under 70 with his 2 hits so far. As this one gets away, Murphy can't find it, and the Sox put second and third on with 1 out.
We'll watch it again. It's a slider in the dirt. Murphy tries to knock it down. He just can't get to it. This ball bounds away, and now Derek Shelton, who had the infield in primarily the entire second inning, has to bring them in again. A great place to hit for James McCann.
Yeah, you said it during the break, and people couldn't hear you say it because nobody was on the air. We weren't, the Pirates weren't, but the infield in was not a good idea.
Well, not with the bases loaded and nobody out. You're trying to limit the damage. Derek Shelton brought everybody in Maybe that was a testament to how Lucas is throwing tonight, but you open yourself up to a big inning. And it wasn't a huge inning, but 3 runs, the way Lucas is throwing, is a major inning.
James takes one for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes on McCann. It was hit by a pitch in the second. That was a play that was challenged by the Pirates, and it stood. Flipped foul, third base side. The Sox are making 2 strike at bats really tough on Steven Brault tonight.
Kind of an interesting defense because you've got Frazier and Bell on the right side. Bell is so far off the line, not thinking that McCann's going to go that way. He's so close to Frazier they can almost shake hands. You very rarely will see anything like that, and the defense the way they're doing it.
James in the air, left field. Reynolds back at the track. He's underneath to make the catch. Moncada tags from third. He scores. Throw into third, not in time, and the Sox take a 4-0 lead as James McCann gets himself a sac fly.
Seventh run driven in for James, and this is where the man who's in the on-deck circle, acting as the coach at the plate, has got to direct, in this case, Yoan Moncada, to speed it up if he thinks there's going to be a play at third. Because if he doesn't score before that runner gets to third, then that run doesn't count.
Yeah, it's called a timing play. And so if that out happens at third, as you said, before the run crosses, you don't get the run. There's Robert at third, very quick down the line. Danny Mendick, the batter. And Danny swings through, strike 2 on a changeup from Brault. Sox have been pretty good this year with 2 strikes as a team, and McCann just served up that sac fly with 2 strikes. It is not easy in this league to do well for yourself on 2 strikes, but the Sox have been one of the top teams in baseball at creating offense with 2 strikes. As Danny shoots this ball to the right field side, and Tucker to end the inning. Sox get 1 more run that you got to see this time. It's a bonus.
I decided today I would give a shout out to Carlos Quentin. After all, he was a 2-time All-Star and a member of the last White Sox team to make the playoffs. However, I don't think that second fact is going to hold true for much longer, because you know when the Sox are going to make the playoffs? That's right, the drought is ending this year. Here's today's Sox math question.
Our all-time winner this year, Steve-O, with a great video once again. Sox Math presented by GMC. We are professional grade. Games in this series multiplied by homers. Abreu hit Friday and Saturday, plus his jersey number, minus the number of hours away from the central time zone his hometown is. How about that? You got to go to the maps.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one tonight. I will give you credit. You exceeded your expectations.
Lucas Giolito, 9 up, 9 down. I have a quick Twitter story for you that I think you're going to enjoy.
Okay.
People follow us on Twitter at Steve Stone, at Jason Benetti.
They do.
And during that Sunday Cubs game, we were talking about Yu Darvish and all the different pitch types he throws, with 7 or 8 of them. And I compared Yu Darvish's arsenal to a Hickory Farms basket of meats and cheeses, right? You remember that?
Are you going to say that we get to eat anytime soon?
No, sadly.
Well,
we ate before the game. I woke up this morning and Hickory Farms, the company, had followed me on Twitter.
I saw it.
You saw that?
Yeah.
So Hickory Farms followed me, which made me think, I wonder what the record can be for us mentioning somebody random who may or may not be a Sox fan. As there's ball 4, first base runner for the Pirates, to get White Sox Twitter to let them know we're talking about them, and then they either tweeted us or follow us.
We had a catcher in spring training that hit real well.
Yeah.
He was up here briefly, got in at bat, and then got sent down. His last name was Mercedes. Maybe they'll send a car.
Oh, you're angling for stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was angling for people.
Oh, okay.
But that tracks. Pop up, left hand side. Tim says stay away. I got it. One down. So it took Hickory Farms 2 days. I wonder, like, say, Styx the band, right? They got a Chicago connection.
They do.
I wonder how long it would take for White Sox Twitter to get Styx to follow the both of us or tweet about the game. Just saying, if White Sox Twitter wanted to try to make that happen and break the Hickory Farms record of 2 days.
It would be terrific. And what only could exceed that was follow the both of us and then unfollow you the next day and stay with me.
You're always trying to start a battle, and I love it so much.
In the meantime, the perfect game is by the boards, but no hits yet.
Yeah, first walk was Eric Gonzalez. 1 out, 1 on for Reynolds, who had 16 home runs his rookie season last year. Very talented 25-year-old outfielder. Two strikes. Let's go back to the pop-up because Eloy Jimenez is feeling like, what's my territory here?
Well, eventually he's going to be able to catch something, except it probably is not going to be in front of him. You know it's not going to be to the left of him, but he's got everything he wants to the right of him. And Tim takes a swipe at him, and Eloy misses the return.
We're just practicing his swipe tag is really all that's happening there. You know, the one thing you can say about Eloy Jimenez is he works very diligently on his defense, and he will be a better defender as the years go by.
Well, I believe that he's a little faster than you would think, and I don't doubt that he might not be a great left fielder. All he has to do is be a decent left fielder, because that bat plays anywhere. And another good straight change. That one mystified Reynolds. Just dives away, and so does Reynolds.
You could say that he sailed away.
Boy, you're working this one. But you never know.
Somebody's got to break the record, right? I mean, the record is 2 days for random mention on the telecast and follow on Twitter. And we'll see maybe throughout the course of this season who breaks the record, as there's a strike on Josh Bell, who was an all-star last year and had a marvelous offensive season at 37 home runs.
Yeah, he just killed the ball the first half and then tailed off drastically the second half. But he's got huge power. And it could very well be that things from a baseball standpoint will work well for him. He's not a good defender. But maybe, just maybe, they like the fact that there's a designated hitter so much that they carry it over. And then guys like Bell, as they get older, they've got a spot as a designated hitter in either league.
Left side, a line drive to Yoan Moncada. Como Arigato Pirates. 4-0 Sox, middle four.
Hello, our Sox insider Adam Hogue at NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at JeffVuk.com, because nationwide is on your side. Hey, that wasn't bad tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good thing we worked on the off day because we smoothed it out. And Nick Tropiano comes on. This is his seasonal debut. With the Angels last year, it didn't work out for him very well. Had a few injuries over the course of his career and trying to resurrect his career out of the bullpen for the Pirates. So Brault goes 3 innings, gives up 4 runs on 5 hits with 4 walks and no strikeouts. Sox team is too good a hitting team to give them 4 walks in 3 innings. And Stephen Brault had some control issues, so he departs this one after a whole lot of pitches through 3. Sox are looking for more.
Good start to this very brief homestand with the 2-game series against the Pirates. We'll see Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh for 2 in a couple of weeks, around a couple of off days as well. But we told you in the open, as we set up the series, as we like to do at the beginning of a set, that the Sox are playing 14 of the next 17 against the Pirates, the Royals, and the Tigers. And this is a grand opportunity. Nothing against those teams, but they are all under 500 teams within the Central. It's a grand opportunity to pick up some ground in the American League Central for the Sox.
Well, we told you about the Indians and the Twins. The Twins were leading 2-1, and were being the key word. They're trailing 4-2. Shane Bieber on the mound for the Indians, and I'm not sure if he's going to lose again. He's magnificent. The question is, will the bullpen be able to subdue the Twins? Miguel Sano is hitting everything in sight. That's a real good offensive bunch, but so far the Indians are holding them down, and they take a 2-run lead into the bottom of the 7th. They're in Cleveland.
Well, again, if you win the day that the Indians play the Twins, you gain.
Indeed.
And I know that's simplistic, but I also know that that's how fans watch the scoreboard. And you hate when you're down early when the other teams you're chasing in the division are playing, because you're like, man, we're going to lose ground tonight to somebody. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Tropiano's got the first strikeout tonight for the Pirates. We can't wait to hear you cheering on the Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field again, really. We miss you dearly. Reserve your spot to see us live in 2021 with the best seats, best prices, and more. Call or text Sox Ticks to 312-674-1000 or go to whitesox.com today. There's a strike. Tropiano's come out of the bullpen strong. He's got 2 outs. And now Eloy Jimenez with his 9 home runs standing in.
It looked like Tropiano threw a splitter. He's now shaken off 5 different pitches. No, it's a straight change, and that one had a lot of good downward movement.
Eloy Jimenez just had his 100th run driven in with that base hit in the 2nd. Look at those names.
Is Zeke Manura on every list?
Yeah, Zeke back in the early 30s, as there's a base hit from Eloy down the left field line, and this should be a bonus base as he makes his way to second. Zeke Manura actually got the name Zeke, short for physique. He was that strong. He was that much of a power hitter when he first showed up. They called him Zeke.
There's a changeup, and Eloy takes it right down the line. So the haircut has allowed him to hit that one, an exit velocity of 107 miles an hour. He's 2 for 2, 2 for 3. He lined out. Probably the hardest ball he hit was the line out to right field in the 1st inning. So things going pretty well for him.
Jose Abreu walked in the first part of that 2-walk first inning against Brault. It's down, ball 1.
You know, there's so many new rules this year, Jason. What do you think will be held over? Let's assume, and we all assume this and we hope this, let's assume next year is a normal year. What do you think are some of the things that might be held over from the experimental stage this year to implementation next year?
It's a high fly ball to left field. Very high fly ball. Deep left field. Is it? It's not. New rule. Fence moves in 4 feet. And we'll hold it for next year.
If that wind wasn't blowing across to right field, that's a home run. But
we got Zeke.
There's Zeke.
That's all. But look how happy he is. Well, it's been a wild night, huh? It's 4-0 Sox. Lucas Giolito has gone 4 innings. He's given up 1 base runner on a walk. And the lights went out.
And for the folks at home, they think it's 1-0 because they only saw 1 run. But we assure you, there were 3 scored in the 2nd inning.
This is a big challenge to your philosophy as you sit here. Like if you don't believe things didn't happen that you didn't see, it's tough for you to believe it's 4-0. But you got to trust us here.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at the scoreboard now.
It's downstairs. It's 2 balls and a strike. Couple of change-ups from Lucas to Gregory Polanco. Super talented Pirates DH today. Got a lot of swing and miss in him this year. 2-2.
There's the high change, and you know the low one works just as well. But because so few people throw high changeups, it's been very effective for Lucas.
So why do you think Lucas has success with this pitch and most others don't?
I don't think that they can read it. Lucas is a big man. He's what, 6'6"? He gets good leverage. Everything comes out straight over the top. And so they're reading fastball. It's a change, but it stays up. And you still have a hope that it is a fastball because you figure just about everybody else throws that change up down. So when it stays up, you read fastball. The ball doesn't get there.
I didn't answer your question. We'll get back to it after a batter here. Before the Jose Abreu shot to Jupiter that fell just short of the wall.
That one was up there seemingly forever.
49-degree launch angle. Oh, strike 3 called. CB rang him up.
Polanco not real happy with that, and he's saying it was down, and CB saying it was not. And then Polanco said it was down, and CB said it was not. It was down, and CB said it was not because he rings him up. Lucas will take that all night long. Polanco would hit 12 if that was a strike all the time.
In the civil servants games in Binghamton, they call that a bad beat.
That was one of those.
That'll get you in big trouble if you're short on chips. 1 down for Riddle, and here's a ground ball to second. Round number 2.
Our momentum maker is presented by the First Midwest Bank, and our momentum maker is Lucas tonight. Lucas is good most every night. He's particularly good tonight. Great spin rate. We told you the leverage he gets, everything comes out of the same spot. The velocity is terrific. And location has been great, up and down. He's gotten everybody out.
Strike to Cole Tucker, the infielder turned outfielder who is a major glove collector. He has over 100 gloves at home. He and his father were big-time glove collectors when he was growing up. And it's good news because he needs just about every type of glove to do what he's doing defensively.
You talking about winter gloves?
I'm talking about like an Ozzie Smith baseball glove.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Thanks for clarifying that.
You're very good at context clues. It's one of your big strengths. The ball and 2 strikes on Tucker.
Tucker's got big speed. So you don't want to play him too far back in the infield.
1-2. That's fouled back. All right, fastball and changeup for Lucas Giolito. Let's watch them overlaid here.
Yeah, it's called tunneling, and they're both coming out of the same spot, and they both hang around for a long time, and then the changeup disappears. But for the longest time, the hitter can't really see. I mean, he reads fastball, and the ball just dips out of the zone.
Oh, strike 3, not his tempo, certainly. Lucas is anything but a double rainbow tonight for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 8 strikeouts, just 1 base runner on a walk for Lucas. It's a wild night. How wild is it? 4 Zip Sox and the Sox car raffle's back. We've added a special offer for Friday, August 28th, only this Friday, 10 a.m. Central. It starts. One of the first 200 to get 8 or more raffle tickets for the White Sox-themed Mazda CX-30, courtesy of Mazda of Orland Park. And you'll also receive a mystery autographed photo. Go to whitesox.com/SoxCar for more information. whitesox.com/SoxCar. And if you are feeling lucky tonight, whitesox.com/SoxSplit as well for the raffle every night through the end of the 7th inning. Home and road games, both. Here is Edwin on 1-0 to take a breaking ball for a strike from Tropiano.
Tropiano so far has had pretty decent stuff.
There's that splitter.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty good pitch. You'd like to see the boys get 2 looks at him. I don't know if Derek Shelton's going to allow that, however.
Tropiano says no. He said no again.
Yeah, he said, I'd like to stay, but no.
I like when the pitchers respond to us.
Well,
it's nice.
It's the least they could do.
One, 2. Oh, wave and a miss at strike 3. 1 down. Let's check in the studio. White Sox postgame live presented by Subaru coming up in a little while. Chuck, what do you all have? What? Why did he give out his cell phone number? We missed that. Why did he do that? Okay, that's it. I can safely say I'm really sorry I asked.
Yeah, that's
thanks, guys.
That's something you didn't want to know.
Nope, no. Ask a silly question. Subaru White Sox postgame live coming up in just about 4 innings with Chuck and Ozzy, and who knows, maybe the mayor. Big White Sox fan as she is.
It's really a great pre and post with those 2 guys, and Big Frank is there on occasion. They have special guests, but those 2 guys are the mainstays, and they are really entertaining.
That ball shot to center field. Dyson back at the wall. It is off the fence. Luis Robert hoofing it for second base. He's in there with a first pitch double on a 3-for-3 night. So you talked about against Darvish how tough it was, and his response has been golden.
Well, look, I mean, he faced the rare pitcher in Darvish, who's at the top of his game right now. This is 111 miles an hour. Straight to center field. He's 3-for-3 tonight. This is a guy that has unlimited skills. There's no telling what he can accomplish in this game, assuming that he stays healthy. First of all, he catches everything in center field. He's got great speed. Those are things that he just does because he can do them. But as far as hitting is concerned, you're going to see guys take advantage of him on occasion. And then when he figures it out, he's going to look like he's looked tonight. Second time in his career, he's had a 3-hit game, and he will fly by that. Perhaps tomorrow or the next game after that.
Look, the talent is otherworldly for Luis Robert. It's just a matter of piling experience on that.
What I love to see, and we've had an opportunity because of the short season and the expanded rosters, we're seeing so many great young players coming into the game. The talent level, which seemingly was down for a couple of years, is way back up. You look around most teams and you're seeing guys who are very young, very exciting, and they can do a lot of things. There was a time in our game where if you saw guys come up they could hit, they couldn't run, they didn't field very well. Or if they could run and field well, they couldn't hit. Now you're seeing guys that come into the game and they can do just about everything because the athleticism is higher right now than it's ever been in this game. Look, they're bigger, stronger, faster, and quicker than ever before, and it's showing. So to me, it's exciting. To me, we are heading into what I believe will be a golden age of baseball. And we just have to hope that all of these guys stay healthy.
James to center. Dyson started in and now makes the catch for round number 3. Sox have a 4-0 lead. Pirates only base runner on a walk. Nothing Sox over the Pirates, top of the 6th inning, and we'd like to welcome our White Sox fans throughout Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana watching on Mediacom. You've only seen one Pirate base runner. That was an Eric Gonzalez walk to lead off the 4th inning, and Lucas Giolito 58 pitches deep of a shutout of the Pirates as it stands right now. First pitch, ball 1, high slider.
That's one of the few he's thrown tonight.
It's number 5 all night. It's all fastball changeup, 32 fastballs, 22 changeups, and 5 sliders for Lucas Giolito. This ground ball to second base. Danny Mendick has out number 1. So there are 11, count them, 11 outs to go in the ball game for Lucas Giolito.
Here. 60 pitches so far, and that's actually a pretty low total when you consider that he's fanned 8, which means he's not throwing too many balls. He's gotten some quick outs also, and that helps.
Swing and a miss. First pitch slider again. Second straight first pitch slider of the inning. So James is starting to loosen up the reins on that third pitch in his calling behind home plate.
He's just giving him a different look.
This all-star battery has been marvelous tonight. Lucas 8 strikeouts, including one of Murphy, his first time up.
Well, James knows that if he wants to go back to the slider, that might be it. And he wants to go back to the slider.
On 1 and 2.
And that's
it's
it.
A swing and a miss. It is it. 9th strikeout for Gio. 2 down in the 6th.
These two guys work so well together that Lucas never shakes off a sign. If James thinks it, seemingly Lucas is thinking the same thing. Wasn't his best. However, when you don't see the slider very much, and they haven't, when you do see it, it's a little tough to make contact.
Gonzalez, the only base runner tonight for the Pirates. Another first pitch slider from Giolito. To shortstop. TA pulls him off the bag. The tag is there. Jose got it down for out number 3.
What a good play by Abreu as he came off the bag with the swipe tag and ended the inning. He's got him.
So for Lucas, 4-0.
To right field. Adam Engel is there. A no-hitter. The 19th in White Sox history.
This game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. For 75 years, Marquette Bank has improved the lives of neighbors, families, and business owners. They're a modern neighborhood bank with online banking, mobile banking, and digital home financing. You get 40,000 plus free ATMs nationwide, and they're the only bank with fun rewards. Rediscover neighborhood banking at emarquettebank.com/75. Pretty entertaining ball game so far tonight.
Very entertaining. A historical game so far because you don't see a power outage very often in the middle of a ball game. That's what happened at Guaranteed Rate Field. You missed a couple of Sox runs. The Sox hold a 4-0 lead, and the only Pirates base runner on a walk, Eric Gonzalez, in the fourth.
When you're throwing the type of game that Lucas is throwing, you want just another couple of runs.
Why so?
Well, only because, look, he's well aware of what he's doing tonight, as are his teammates. You want to get to the point where the game is not in question and allow him to do what he's done, which is pretty much saw through this lineup with an assortment of pitches that have been, to this point, unhittable.
Well, he's done it before. May 25th, 2017, Lucas Giolito was in AAA with the Charlotte Knights, and there was a conspicuous absence of a number greater than 0 in the hit column that day for the AAA Charlotte Knights. 3-0 is there for a strike. It's 3-1 for Danny Mendick.
You never told me what you felt would come forward with the rule changes.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening.
You've been derelict in your duties. You won't take a stand. You won't say a definitive it's this or that.
Coming up later on this or that. Here's the 3-1. It's in for a strike. The rule I like the most, that I know is going to stick around because it was in place beforehand, is the minimum for a reliever. I don't miss one reliever for one batter. I'm a big fan of you have to face 3 or finish the half inning.
I kind of like that too.
Just kind of?
Yeah.
Way to take a stand. High fly ball left field. Reynolds is there for out number 1. Which rule? Let me do this promo first.
Please,
and then I'll ask
by
you.
all means, do this promo because we got to test our luck.
During every White Sox game this season, it's the 50-50 raffle Sox Split presented by Wintrust. Right now until the end of the 7th inning. Split the pot tickets at whitesox.com/Sox Split. Valid for Illinois residents 18 and over. So, what rule do you think, or rules, will stick around, and do you like that they will stick around?
7-inning doubleheaders.
Really?
I like 7-inning doubleheaders, and the reason I do is, well, I'm not going to tell you. No, I will tell you.
Why don't you pause
that.
if you're just going to talk over it anyway?
No, I would never talk over that. That was a ground ball to shortstop, I think. But, okay, so 2 outs in the inning. I like it because of this. Number one, if you have 7-inning doubleheaders, eventually what you can do is you can play split doubleheaders of 7 innings. You don't destroy your pitching staff, and you still get in the requisite amount of 81 home dates. But if you're playing doubleheaders, that means you can start the game later in the season. I don't like to start the game at the end of March. I like it maybe middle or later April, and you can take it to the same point you're taking it now, and the baseball will be better if you're not playing with wind chill factors in the 20s. I mean, that's just the way it is. So you change spring training. The weather gets really nice when you're in either Florida or Arizona. You play a certain amount of 7-inning doubleheaders. You get an off day or 2 more or 3 more.
Center field, Dyson's back on it, and he's there to make the catch. Can you do the rest in 5 seconds?
No.
4.
Number of other
3,
things coming
2.
after this. Hey, White Sox fans, Xfinity XFi gives you Wi-Fi security with a warning track on a smarter, more secure home Wi-Fi network. If it's connected, it's protected.
Scoreboard tells the story. Lucas Giolito shutting out the Pirates in a number of ways. It is 4-0. There you see it, top of the 7th inning. We're glad to have you along. Steve Stone, Jason Benetti, our entire crew, and Lucas Giolito will face Frazier, Reynolds, and Bell the 3rd time through. He's gotten 18 swings and misses. He struck out 9 and a first pitch foul off the bat of the 28-year-old out of Mississippi State, Adam Frazier. On 0-1. It's there for a strike. A high fastball, 0-2. Lucas's stuff has been superb all night long.
He started out with a 1-2-3 first, getting everything over the plate, and it stayed that way. Ooh, that one Frazier almost leaned into. You could see him thinking about putting the lead elbow and leaning toward it, but at the last instant pulled it away.
A deep breath from a young man who's become the ace of his staff. The 1-2 is fouled left-hand side.
Still good velocity at 95. McCann wanted it up a touch higher. So now you speeded up the bat, and the question for McCann is, do you go to the straight change?
What do you believe the answer is?
No, high heat.
1-2. On the ground, second base. Mendick charges. Danny's there. One gone.
Nice aggressive play by Danny Mendick. He charged the ball as he had to and got him by plenty at first base.
Lucas trying to keep himself calm. He's done so much work on his focus, working pitch to pitch and locking in on every individual moment. As the moment grows around him, his awareness grows of the moment and what's missing for the Pirates today.
That's
he locks in again.
Yeah, that's as big a key as anything that he did before last season. Was work on the mental aspect of the game. You're a #1 draft pick. You have the physical aspect. Once he got back healthy, that was not the problem.
Up the middle. Tough play. Tim unloads and got him. Oh boy. If this night goes the way you want, that one's going to be replayed hundreds of times.
Jose set himself very well, knew exactly where the ball would hop, and knew he had a short hop. Tim trying to get rid of the ball as quickly as possible, gets it there. Great pick by Jose on the back end. This one is a dandy.
Every special night has a play like that one.
Lucas pretty happy. Things keep rolling along, and the man he's facing now, Josh Bell, has hit the ball the hardest of any of the Pirates tonight.
It was a line out to third his last time. The Pirates single season switch hit home run leader with 37 last year takes strike one, a high change.
That's one of the reasons why that pitch is effective, because when it is a high change, it's both location and velocity that fools the hitter.
The bat goes pinwheeling toward the dugout. It's 0-2.
Second high change in the same spot, and this time Josh Bell auditioning for the hammer throw.
Retrieval cam has the bat. Let's look at it again.
Two high changes in pretty much the same spot. That one clears the bench briefly.
So what do you follow it with?
Well, because he's seen two high changes, I follow it with a high fastball, a little bit higher than the two changes, because his line of sight is up there. You don't need a strike here, but that's another change.
0-2. Swing and a miss. So he got the sword out. Wizardry from Giolito. 6 outs to go. And the conspicuous absence of a number on the scoreboard. Nothing for the Pirates tonight because of that guy, Lucas Giolito, who's just looking for some sustenance. Your Sox Math winner, brought to you by GMC. 2 games in the series times 5 home runs Friday, Saturday. 10 plus 79 is 89, Abreu's jersey number. And then Cienfuegos, Cuba is 1 time zone away from Central Time. Baseball Stall 44 is your winner with 88, and Baseball Stall 44 will do the intro video tomorrow for Sox Math. The question is, will it be a Lucas Giolito themed Sox Math with a bunch of zeros in it, as the Pirates have nothing in the hit column so far, and the first pitch is a strike on Eloy Jimenez. who's 2 for 3 tonight. One of the most bizarre nights in a ballpark you are ever going to see or not see. A power surge during the Sox rally in the second inning knocked us off the air, knocked the light towers out briefly. So you missed a couple of runs. You can't be in the ballpark because of COVID-19. This would be one of the most historic cornerstone moments in a franchise's history, and one of the most bizarre cornerstone moments in a franchise's history. There's strike 3, 1 down. Jose Abreu coming up, and he is our stats with Lowe's as we see where Jose Abreu ranks in the American League this season. Tied for first in home runs with 11, 28 driven in, and 4th in slugging percentage. He's just been awesome.
It's been a magnificent year, and he is locked in. Tonight, not so much, but he did take a walk in that first inning, got the pitch count up for Brault. He would exit after 3.
Well, you don't keep a good man down for long. Jose tags it to center for a 1-out single.
He got his first ball fastball. This one drifted right back over the middle of the plate, and Jose these days just doesn't miss these.
Tell you what, you'd love the Sox to get a couple of runs, but you'd also love for the Sox to do it fast and keep the rhythm for Lucas Giolito.
Pitchers will tell you that in situations like this, they want to go right back out there.
What's your longest in your career no hit?
7 1/3. The night I won my 20th, August 19th, a few days before. However, when I did give up a hit, I got knocked out that inning.
With the buzz literally and figuratively around his stuff tonight. 6 outs to go. Could be a very special night for Lucas Giolito, who does have a no-hitter in his minor league career. That was a 7-inning deal 3 years ago.
You know, in this situation, there are games where you're giving up hard hit ball after hard hit ball. They just happen to be going at people. That has not been the case tonight. Lucas has had excellent stuff. They haven't been on it at all. And as you can see, nobody is talking to him.
Edwin to center field. Gerard Dyson trotting back, and he's there for out number 2.
By the way, that is the complete opposite of Mark Burley, who every time he was carrying a no-hitter late, and he had both a no-hitter and a perfect game, but every time he would go up and down the dugout telling his teammates, I don't know if you know this, but I have a no-hitter.
Right.
I mean, I have a no-hitter, or I have a perfect game, whatever the case may be. He was a unique character. I've never seen any other pitcher do that, but Mark Burley was one of a kind, was maybe as good a teammate as you could possibly have. And as Hawk would say, well, you can tie him, but you can't beat him. He was beloved by his teammates, and what a pitcher he was.
The late Eric Cooper behind the plate for both of them. For Burley, perfect game and no-hitter. As there's strike 1 to Yoan Moncada.
And what was his umpire number?
56.
There you go.
One of the oddest pieces of symmetry
it really is
in baseball history. Oh, and 2. That splitter's really working for Tropiano.
From the time he came into this game, that pitch was real good, and it stayed that way.
Little piece of it and tip foul off of Murphy, the catcher.
Yeah, that one is gonna leave a mark for Murphy, because that hurt. That didn't catch any of the shin guard.
Lucas Giolito and his catcher, his confidant, his believer, his guide, his partner in all of this, watching video for the final 6 outs. Separate but together in spirit. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Time for Lucas to get behind the wheel again. Nothing in the hit column for Pittsburgh to the 8th.
Combination between Tim Anderson and Jose Abreu. Little ground ball slicing away from Tim. A one hopper to Abreu, who does a great job of picking it, getting the out. And there you see the call by Eric Backus. Pretty tense moment, but Lucas Giolito rolls along.
That was the Pirates' best bid for a hit so far. It was the 2nd out of the 7th inning. It's Gregory Polanco to start in the 8th. First pitch, easy, does it, strike 1 on a fastball to the edge.
And Polanco questions C.B. Buckner. I mean, that was a pretty good pitch. I can understand where Polanco, the last time in the 5th, would question the pitch. But this one was there.
Well, that's just spillover.
High fastball here. Let's see if we can get it by him.
Way high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Lucas at 78 pitches, so still plenty of gas in the tank.
One ball and 2 strikes.
High fastball in, trying to maybe buy the call from CB again.
He struck him out, number 11 for Lucas, and 5 outs to go.
He got this one right in on the hands of Polanco. He threw it right by him at 95. Great backspin, great late life. And Polanco, for the 3rd time, goes down on strikes.
One down for JT Riddle. In for a strike, a changeup, bottom of the zone. Where's Lucas's mind right now?
The only thing that exists for Lucas Giolito is this pitch.
It's a good one, 0-2.
He's not thinking of anything else. He is as locked in as anybody can be. His whole world is pitch to pitch. Nothing exists that happened before. He doesn't think of what's going to happen next. He's thinking about the pitch he's throwing right now.
Pop up first base side. The counter is at 4 outs remaining, with the Pirates still hitless. Cole Tucker, 2 strikeouts.
This is their speed burner, so you can't play him too deep in the infield. Moncada well off the line and at the cut of the grass.
Pirates' only base runner tonight was a 4-pitch walk in the 4th inning for Eric Gonzalez. Popped up foul. It's left side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. And for Lucas Giolito, a young man who 2 years ago, by some accounts, was the worst pitcher in the American League. The reclamation project that he made his own body last offseason to revamp his arm swing, to revamp his focus, and become that steely-eyed ace you see right there. On 1-1, he pops the mitt 1-2.
After he throws you that straight change, you're sitting there as a hitter. You're going, okay, that's a really good one. I can't let that one beat me. And then 95 on the outside corner, and you're in a 1-2 hole.
A quick nod for his compatriot James McCann. On 1-2. It's fouled back. 96, he ramped it up to.
Good spot for that, as Lucas Giolito at this moment is experiencing an adrenaline surge he has not had all game long. Here's the change. Let's see if he can keep it down and away.
It's upstairs, and maybe there's the adrenaline evidence.
Yeah, this is new to Lucas as far as the major leagues is concerned, and this is what you have to battle.
Two balls, two strikes. Swing and a miss, strike three. 3 outs to get. His jersey number is specifically important right now. The changeup, wildly successful again. To right field, Adam Engel is there! A no-hitter! The 19th in White Sox history! 4-0 White Sox. No hits for the Pirates. Bottom of the 8th inning. Experience the all-inclusive guaranteed rate club in 2021. This private club includes in-seat service, parking, and unlimited food and beverage. Ticket packages start at 20 games, include flexible payment plans and postseason options. For more information, call or text 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
New pitcher in the ball game. We'd like to tell you it's David Nevers, but it's not. It's Davidas Neverauskas, as he comes on to face a red-hot Luis Robert.
Three for Luis Robert. And a wave and a miss for strike one. Tropiano out of the bullpen for the Pirates was outstanding
Well,
tonight.
he kept the game within reach. He threw very well in 4 innings. 3 hits, no runs. Struck out 4. Nary a walk. A fine job.
Check swing he went on a nasty breaking ball. 0-2. So if you're just joining us, Lucas Giolito has given up 1 base runner. He's thrown 8 innings of no-hit ball tonight, and he's got 3 outs to go with Gerard Dyson, John Ryan Murphy, and Eric Gonzalez coming up in the top of the 9th inning. There is out number 1 in the home 8th. Luis Robert, 3 hits. Time for StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. And we take a look at Luis Robert's speed first. Way above major league average on sprint speed. He is a top 10 sprint speed guy in the first place, and then 111 on this wall ball. One down for James McCann. A fastball for a strike.
Three on the left side of the infield for McCann.
Foul ball off the net. 0-2. The White Sox offense has been at the center of the stage for the last week, but you feel right now like they're the opening act for the band on tour, and Lucas Giolito is just waiting to grab the microphone and rock the stadium.
Well, with the offense doing what they did over the last week and a half, you miss the fact that the starting pitching has been really good.
James to center field, a base hit. Let's check in with the studios. Subaru White Sox postgame live coming up shortly. Do we have history in a no-hitter tonight? We'll find out together. Chuck, take it away. Everybody has their own prerogative. Lucas Giolito is the only man in charge of the hit column for the Pittsburgh Pirates, as there is ball number 1 to Danny Mendick. Sox have a runner on, 1 out, 8th inning, and it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for the Pirates in the top of the 9th. That lanky right-hander waiting, stewing, confident as can be. He looks like a man who's about to go grab something and put it very close to his heart.
He does have a no-hitter, but a completely different scenario.
Two and 0. On the ground, back to the mound. Neverauskas picks it back up and throws to first for out number 2.
Well, I do know one thing. Lucas Giolito is sitting there right now and wouldn't mind this being a very quick at bat and back out to the mound. They ask pitchers routinely, when do you start thinking about it? Usually you get through 4, you start thinking about it.
That early, huh?
Yep. Yeah, you do.
2 out. Engel, strike 1.
And then what generally will happen is you start to get ahead of yourself, and you have to keep pulling yourself back and saying, this pitch, make this pitch. You don't think about what happens after this. You make that pitch, and if you make a good one, then you start to worry about the next pitch. In the case of Lucas, he's got a big advantage. He's not calling his own game. James McCann is, and he has supreme confidence in McCann. So he's not thinking, James is thinking. What Lucas is doing is executing.
One ball and 1 strike on Adam Engel. It's been 8 years since the Sox have had one. Philip Umber, that fateful day in the Emerald City in the Pacific Northwest.
That was a perfect game.
One ground ball, first base. Bell the scoop, and Adam is out at first. We are not going anywhere, and neither are you. Lucas Giolito with the number he aims for on the back of his jersey. In his mid-20s, on his second organization, off his best season of his entire career. He walks out to the mound with history weighing heavily on him, and his effort in that well-honed brain of his is to put it out of his mind while you all enjoy the festivities.
Between innings, he came back into the dugout. The first man and the only man that he went to was James McCann. And with all that's going on around him, he was talking to James McCann about that one high changeup that he left up. And he was explaining to James why he did it. James was explaining to him, don't worry about that one.
the supreme confidence that Lucas Giolito has in his stuff has developed over the last year plus with individual work, but also a gentleman behind the plate who immediately became one of his closest friends and allies in James McCann. And after Lucas Giolito's last start, he mentioned, almost as if to foretell this moment, that James calls pitches that can calm him down. James McCann has the ability to realize what will put Lucas in the best mindset. And with the Pirates holding 0 hits through 24 outs, the mindset is everything at Guaranteed Rate Field right now. Here we go. Jarrod Dyson has put the ball in play twice tonight.
First pitch change.
Upstairs, ball 1. A signal maybe that Lucas's heart understands the moment and has control over his brain for 1 second.
That's the adrenaline.
Two balls, no strikes. When Lucas feels lonely on the mound, the man in a chest protector stands by him and catches strike 1. Two and 1. Dyson swings through a disappearing changeup.
He won that battle with his own body because he couldn't throw a changeup in the zone, and he calmed himself way down and threw a perfect change to even the count at 2.
The 25th swing and miss for Lucas Giolito tonight. 2-2. Check swing. He did go strike 3. 2 outs to get. Jose Osuna will pinch hit, but first, watch it again.
Hands come forward. The call by Jose Navas at third.
Osuna pinch hits.
Murphy taken down. Osuna out number 26.
A young man who grew up in the entertainment industry in California has provided the height of drama tonight for baseball fans across America and specifically here in Chicago. Strike 1. Osuna says, okay, that's what I'm dealing with. Lucas can't wait to throw again. Music playing in his head. 0-2.
Lucas hasn't used a lot of the sliders, but if he throws another one there, Osuna has 0 chance. And McCann thinking the same way. Let's see if he can get it there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. What do you follow it up with?
Same spot, same pitch. But James has got a real good idea what he wants to do next. And Lucas is going to do exactly what he says, and that's throw a slider.
They sync up in a heartbeat. 1-2. In the air, right hand side. Adam Engel is there. 2 down. And now, the only man to reach base tonight for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Eric Gonzalez.
Why don't you take this one, partner?
Like James and Lucas are a team, so are we. No hits through 26 outs. Strike one. Deep in thought, the well-trained mind of Lucas Giolito. He wins strike two. One more bat to miss. Nobody's here to watch, but everyone at home has their hearts in their throats. On 0-2 to right field. Adam Engel is there! A no-hitter! The 19th in White Sox history! Eloy Jimenez went down in the pile, but the young gamer just had the game of his life.
101 pitches total, 74 for strikes. It's the first time any White Sox no-hitter was with 10 or more strikeouts. 13, he had the same thing last time, 13, only this time, goose eggs on the board. Lucas Giolito on the edge of history. Line drive, and Adam Engel is right there. C.B. Buckner calls the no-hitter, and James McCann, ever classy, turns around and points to C.B. as if you're part of this one.
Let's go. And the team of those two is a marvelous thing.
When you have absolute supreme confidence in the man that's catching what you're throwing for 9 innings, you just don't do a whole lot of thinking yourself. You put yourself in the hands of your catcher, in this case, Lucas, in the hands of James McCann. You trust that each and every pitch that he calls is the exact pitch for that moment. And at the end of 9 innings of no-hit baseball, this is as close to two people will ever be working as one with a pitcher and a catcher.
They're a marvelous pair.
Yeah.
Lucas Giolito joins us from downstairs. How you doing, buddy?
Oh my God.
Okay, so take
Can't feel anything.
us through the 9th inning when you went out there, and when you talked to James McCann when you came out after the 8th inning.
Just talk about, we just went over the last 2 changeups I threw. I kind of came out of them, And so I just wanted to make a point to like communicate, see if he saw the same thing I saw. He did. So like the next inning, I was like, all right, I'm going to be more out there with it. Try and get.
Look out.
Okay.
Aren't you glad this isn't April?
Oh my God.
Hey, how did you calm yourself down on the mound?
Like in the 9th inning?
Yeah.
Just staying with the same like mental routine for every single pitch, one pitch at a time. This pitch right here, full focus, full execution to the straight through the target, and it was definitely harder in the 9th inning than the other ones, but we stayed with it. I kind of screwed up that last one, but Engie bailed me out in right field, big time.
In terms of this moment, when did you start to feel it in your heart and in your mind?
After the 7th. After the 7th, all right, 6 more outs. Looking at who I was facing, it became very, very, very possible. And then we were able to get it done.
You know, if we could go down on the field, I think both Jason and I would go down there, because what you did tonight was magnificent. You were so dominating in this ball game. You know, some no-hitters, the balls hit hard almost the entire night. Very little was hit hard.
That last one, man.
That last one was a rocket, and I know you wanted to throw a high fastball, and you didn't quite get it
right
there.
Down the middle.
And how about the combination of Tim Anderson and Jose Abreu on that little squibber in the infield?
The defense was just unbelievable. Like infield, outfield, communication on fly balls, pop-ups. Obviously that play with TA and Pito with the pick. You can't do something like that without the whole team behind you. So they're fantastic. I shook off James once tonight. He deserves this just as much as I do as a pitcher. Him as being back there catching, it was just, it's just a really, really cool moment.
What that you said to him that you can share on television did you say to him?
We did it.
Hey, just reflecting for a moment before you go, where's your mind right now?
I don't even know. A lot of things are popping in. I've been working for this type of game for a while now, and it's really cool that we got it done.
Well, go enjoy it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
You threw a Major League Baseball no-hitter.
All right.
Lucas Giolito. I mean, we had a power surge in the 2nd inning of this ball game.
Well,
and we should have known at the time, right?
Yeah, well, both our broadcast and the Pittsburgh Pirates had an outage tonight. And for Lucas Giolito, it was almost enchanted from the beginning. 1-2-3 first, 1-2-3 second, 1-2-3 third, and then the only blemish on this masterpiece, the leadoff walk in the 4th inning, and after that, not a Pirate reached base. C.B. Buckner calling a good strike zone, and everything worked. The high change, the low change. James McCann made an adjustment for Lucas Giolito, and that was, as he moved through the ball game, he went to the slider that was not around in the early part, but came up big in the latter part. Dyson on a called third, and then the line drive rocket, and Lucas just wants to see Adam Engel and the ball nestling in his glove. And after that, they can't get any more hits off you tonight.
No, they can't. And look, in a year when we all are not allowed to be with the people we love at all times, that hug says it all.
If you ever wanted to see fans at a ball game, the fans of the Chicago White Sox would have absolutely loved this. Look at that dominance. 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. He did it all. 13 strikeouts with 101 pitches. What a job for Lucas Giolito.
Have you done one of these before?
I've done a few of these. I did Mark Burley's perfect game, which was really exciting. The Dwayne Wise catch was great. I did a Liriano no-hitter against the Sox. But this one is really special because it's a guy that we both really like and really admire. It's a guy that went through so many hard times that first full season with the White Sox where he was battered around. He couldn't get the ball over the plate. He looked at his own numbers, and he was down toward the bottom. If he wasn't the worst in the major leagues as far as a starter, he was in the top 2. And then he went home and said, I don't want to be that guy anymore. So I'm going to rework my motion, but most important, I'm going to rework my mind. And that was the biggest factor for Lucas Giolito then. It's the biggest factor for Lucas Giolito now. And he explained it. The only thing that existed was the next pitch to pitch. You break down the goal to its simplest parts, and that's the pitch you're going to throw to the hitter right now. Lucas did it 101 times tonight, and he was absolutely brilliant.
Look, Lucas Giolito's uncle, Mark Frost, we mentioned the family is a Hollywood family. His uncle Mark co-created one of the oddest, creepiest, most bizarre series of all time on television, Twin Peaks. And it's very fitting that we had a bizarre power surge in the middle of this no-hitter today. The power went out in the ballpark, and Lucas stood tall and got himself a no-hitter. This was exceptionally fun tonight, partner.
And the great part about it is that Lucas is going to have this on video, and he's going to be able to show this to his kids, to his grandkids, and he's going to say, on one night in the city of Chicago, I was the best in baseball. That was tonight.